So I want to tell you what the purpose of this channel is, why I created this channel in the first place, and the journey I wanted to take you on with it. And in order to do that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my own journey, because I think that some of you might be on the same path that I was not so long ago. So I didn't used to like classical music at all. I used to think it was kind of black and white, just emotionally dead, kind of dusty, a bit like walking into a museum and just not resonating with any of the material at all. You just kind of see it through a glass wall. I used to listen to a lot of rock, metal, even some genres of EDM. But I did like film music. I loved the scores to Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and I've made a lot of videos on film music on this channel based on that love. So there was always some musical interest there, but classical music, no, wasn't interested. So the game changer for me was almost by accident. I met this teacher. He wasn't even a music teacher. He was an English teacher, but he just had this contagious passion for music. He loved opera especially because he's thought of it as a sort of merge of theatre and music, a kind of ultimate art form. But what's important is that his passion was so contagious, certainly more so than many university professors that I've met. And I remember having this argument with him about who's the greater film composer, Alex North or John Williams. And you can guess who I argued for. But I remember him thinking, hold on, there's something more here. There's something more than meets the eye. You have a real sort of enthusiasm for music, but the door just hasn't been open for you yet. And so he started giving me pieces to listen to. He started giving me listening lists. And every week I would come back to him and say, oh, I loved this piece. That was amazing. Or I didn't like this piece so much. And we'd talk about the music. And then he'd give me another listening list based on that discussion. And so in a way, this teacher completely changed my life and opened this door for classical, which otherwise would have simply remained closed, and my life would have been so much more the poorer for it. This teacher literally shaped the direction of my life, because before that, I had no idea just how emotionally and spiritually powerful music could be. Now, I want to come clean. The reason I started this channel was exactly the same. I want to start to introduce people to how amazing classical music can be. Now, I know that there are a great many people who love film music, but just can't quite get into classical. And I remember what that was like. I remember what it was like to have a sort of barrier between me and the music. And that's kind of why I've been making videos on film music. I love film music, but actually my greatest passion is for classical. The point is, I started my journey analyzing film music and then gradually started to open the door to the world of classical. I know that many of you have enjoyed my film music videos, and I'm hoping that some of you will say, I want to take the red pill. I want to see how deep the rabbit hole goes. I want to learn to love classical music. So I've already made a short video on how to listen to classical music, and that should give you a pretty solid foundation for how to appreciate it, especially if it was a pretty closed-off world before. It covers the basics of musical structure, how to sort of listen to music differently from how you would listen to pop or something like that, and breaking down these kind of common barriers of classical music and just understanding how to make it more accessible. But I know that for many people, the problem is just where to start, and from there, where to progress. And I know that actually a lot of people are just overwhelmed by how many recordings there are. Which one am I supposed to listen to? So what I want to do is start making videos on how amazing certain pieces of music are or certain composers are. And I wouldn't stop making film music videos, but rather I'd mix it up. So some weeks it would be on film music and other weeks it would be on these amazing pieces of classical and how you can listen to them and enjoy them and appreciate them. And of course, many of these classical composers had huge influence on the great film music that we know today. There's only one hitch. I've moved to the States in the last 6 months to take a master's degree, and last term I was amazed by just how much of my time was eaten up by it. There was definitely not enough time to make any videos. This term may be different, but it might be the case that I just have to put out videos in the holidays, like I did this Christmas, to put out a burst of videos and then go back to term, and then this summer put out another burst of videos. That might have to be the case. Some people have suggested doing vlogging or maybe even doing podcasts just to save time on actually producing the videos. And that might be a good idea. I'll have to see how busy this term gets first. I mean, would people be interested in hearing a vlog or hearing a podcast talking about music in this way? And if you are interested, then please let me know and maybe I'll do it. In any case, I very much hope that you're excited or interested in these ideas and that you'll join me on this journey wherever it'll take us.